Good morning. It is the last day in Germany today, so we are just going to be spending it in Frankfurt. We're pretty exhausted, so we kind of just spent the morning chilling, had like a nice long breakfast. The breakfast here actually is included with the room, and they have a little terrace outside. So we kind of just sat in the sun and chilled a little bit. I know you can't tell, you can't tell that I've been in the sun at all from this vacation. Still as pale as I started. But now we are getting ready to check out of the hotel. It was a really good stay, by the way. So we're gonna check out and then hopefully be able to leave our suitcases here because we do want to do a little bit in Frankfurt today before we have our train later this evening. So we thought we would walk to the Botanical Gardens. There are actually two in Frankfurt, but one of them is the Palmengarten, which is very famous. So we're gonna walk up to that, maybe see the Opera House on the way there and take some good pictures and get some video hopefully for the vlog for you guys. And then after that we have the World Cup. We're crossing fingers for France. We're gonna try to find a bar that will actually be showing the game. And even if we have to be the only French supporters in the bar, we will be there. So this is the old Opera House of Frankfurt, which was inaugurated in 1880, but then it was destroyed in 1944 by the bombs and had to be rebuilt. But a lot of apparently very important operas were debuted here, including Carmina Burana. We've been walking through the sort of financial and business sectors of Frankfurt, where like every other building belonged to an insurance company or a big international bank or something. And now we're sort of walking through the more university area of the city. And really I've gotten the impression, since we've been in the financial district and now the university district, I get the impression that it feels very American to me. It feels like an American city. I don't know why. It feels much less European than a lot of the other European cities I've spent time in. It might be because it's not as old, because so much of it was destroyed. Or maybe it's just the architecture, the style, I don't know. It is so humid in here. It's about 30 degrees, not that different from outside, but so much more humid. Found the only room that has air. walking back to the hotel to pick up our bags now, and it's getting really close to the game time, and we weren't really sure if we're gonna see more France support or more Croatia support, but we've discovered that there is a huge base of Croatian supporters here in Frankfurt. We actually looked it up, and apparently there are a lot of people from Croatia who live in Frankfurt, which I had no idea. It's the second biggest group of non-Germans living here in Frankfurt, so yeah, there's a lot of support for Croatia. So I kind of feel like we should have worn like French flags and painted our faces or something just to show a little bit of support here. 2 French flags and counting. 4 more French flags. They were all in one group, but I still think I'm gonna count it as 4. Well, we are back home now in Paris. We watched most of the game. We found an Irish pub in Frankfurt that was playing the BBC, so we thought that would be really cool, but it turned out we actually couldn't hear it anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if it had been in German. But anyway, we watched most of the game there, and our train was at 6:58, I think. Oh, wow, Hamlet's talking to me. He missed me. Our train was at 6:58. What? Anyway, our train was at 6:58, and the game started at 5, and they usually go a couple of hours, obviously. So we waited and waited and waited, and then eventually we did have to leave like about 10 minutes before the game. So we walked to the station because we were right by the station, and they had screens on at the station, so we actually ended up being able to watch all the way up until the end. So we did actually see France win the World Cup. No spoilers, because, you know, it's been a little bit now. We were in the Frankfurt station with a bunch of French people because pretty much everyone was on that train. So we ended up running to our train, and it left perfectly on time, which is a bit odd for German trains, and especially when France had just won the World Cup and we're going to Paris. So thank God we actually made our train. And now we're back in Paris. It's 4.5 hours later, and there is still so much celebration going on. The only reason you're not hearing a bunch of car horns and screaming and shouting right now is because we live in a very residential area. But even here, there have been processions of cars honking their horns and everything. So we're probably gonna go out and just kind of witness all of the craziness. Not necessarily join, but I need to witness this. Anyway, so that kind of wraps up the Germany trip on a very odd note. It was a fantastic trip. The last day in Frankfurt, today, that was still today. My brain is just completely gone. But yeah, we didn't really do anything that taxing just because we're so exhausted, but it was a fantastic weekend. I feel like I got a really good mix of, you know, touristy types of stuff and very traditional types of stuff, local, everything. And now all we're doing is looking at our list and looking at all the things we didn't do that we wanted to do in Germany, and possibly planning another trip at some point because there's so much more to do. I hope you guys have enjoyed these vlogs as much as I've enjoyed making them. This was super fun, and I definitely plan on vlogging more of my trips and stuff in the future whenever I plan some more travels. So I will keep you guys posted on Twitter and Instagram as usual. Definitely go check out the other vlogs from this weekend if you're interested to see what else I got up to in Germany, in Frankfurt, Würzburg, and Heidelberg. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.